Okay, it's time for today's CSS Battle. Let's see what we've got today. Okay. Let's try doing this. Well, first of all, we're going to make a nested template. So let's get rid of all this. Start like that. Then we'll set the background of this to the yellow for now. Then we will shrink it in using margin here, I think. Diff so that we can see what we're doing. 35, 36, 37, 37 looks good there. 60, not quite 60, I reckon that's 58 then. 57, 57. And then if what we actually do is which way should we go? Let's start with a linear gradient from top to bottom. So we've got the yellow for we got 45, 75, 30 pixels. And then we'll go transparent, and then we'll go, don't need to move it anywhere, make it 100% wide and 60 pixels tall, add in a color stop there. Okay, maybe 60 pixels is too much, 50, oh, maybe those are only 20, did I count wrong? 45, 75, 45, 75, 105, yeah, that should be 30, 30, and that should be 60 pixels. Then if we make it 0 there, okay, that looks more like it. Then we need a linear gradient going across. It's going to be transparent for, how wide are these blocks? Call that 65. Call that 135. 170, no, just 70 pixels. And then we go transparent. We add in the comma. Okay, that's closer to where we want to be. Do we want that to be transparent? No, we don't. That needs to be that red, I think. What have we got? Oh, it needs to be 90 degrees. Yeah. Then we make it 0, 0, and 70, probably a 30 cap, so 100 pixels wide. That looks good. Okay, so that's us with a grid. Now we're just dealing with each of the separate lines. We're going to do this the horrible way for now. So 90 degrees. The pink. How far is that? 85, 65, so 20 pixels. And then transparent. Add the comma in. Make it 60 pixels down. So 0, 60 pixels. We don't want it 100 wide, 100% wide. So how wide is this total? Because we're going to need to take 65, 335, 170. 170 minus 20 is going to be 150 pixels. Only repeat X. One 180, 190. Oh, okay. 270 is too much. 250, 250. Beautiful. Then we copy that. I reckon that'll be 40. And we take 20 off of that, which makes that 30, and we add 60 to that. Then we copy that. Make that 210. Makes that 60. And shift it down by 60. That looks fairly damn close to me. Let's submit that. Okay, now let's tighten it up a bit. We'll just call that, yeah, call it M for mask. Oh no, can't do what I was going to do because they're all slightly different. Okay. So that is the first way of doing it. We'll just quickly change that to 70 VH. Any others that we can do? That'll be 25 VW. Will be 60 VH. And 20 will be 40 VH. Just for shits and giggles, we'll just make that one 20 VH just so that it all matches. Okay, now minify that and submit. And that'll be attempt 1. That looks good. Okay, now what's the next thing we can do, let's try this a different way and use 4 p tags. 2, 3, 4. We'll start with the body. Here's a background of that colour. Makes the paragraph width bar W 65 335 270. We'll make the height 40 pixels. We'll do margin. We'll set the background to yellow to start off with. We will change that in a minute, but that's a good way to start. Now then, we need a margin here. Let's make it 60. That's too much. 50, 40, 45, and then we know that that's going to be 65. Right, that will bring that into line, and then the margin underneath, because we've got the top, needs to be minus 15. Actually, we can possibly do this as an auto. Oh no, that one actually does need to be 65. Then this needs to have a margin of 0 at the top, 0 to the sides, and 30 at the bottom, which will actually be 22. 20. Let's make that 30. Then that will be 30. That's better, that's better, that's better. Okay, now we've got the lines in the right place. Now what we do is we change this to a linear gradient with that for, how wide did I say this was? 60? Maybe 70? 65, 135, 70. And then a transparent bit, and we don't need a left margin at the moment, but we will do in future. So var L 0. We definitely don't want the top going anywhere. This should also be at 90 degrees, and we then want that repeating on a 70 plus 100 pixel do we need that 0? No, we don't. Okay, and let's make, oh, that looks good. P plus P, we make W, now then we're taking 20 off of each side, so 270 becomes 230. Let's just cut it off the right for now. that I'm going to need to do things with. The left is going to need to go 20 in, so let's see that. Where'd it go? Interesting. Oh, that's the top margin, you pillock. So let's try making that the right margin. That's up, down. That should be left. So 0 is good. Then we make it 20. Why? Oh, because that is going to need to be pixels because it's top bottom left. Why has that got rid of the 30 bottom margin? Okay, because of that, we'll actually sod it. Let's actually specify L here for this one, because then what we're going to do is do a calc -1 times it here, because that's how much we're going to need to shift it. Now we have lost the top. Why have we lost the top? Let's make that 0 pixels just to be... Okay, that is now consistent, so that's good. Then if we do the third paragraph, I think we can make this even shorter. But anyway, we'll just check that it all works first. And P plus P plus P plus P. 190. 60 pixels. Why has that last one gone horribly wrong? Uh, 270, 230, so that's -40, this should be 190, then minus another 40 should make that 150, that's better. That looks like a slightly better setup. Now this is just starting to get long, so if we actually just use B, C and D, and then if what we do is actually define L up here to be 0 pixels, then make width a calc of var L times 2 and do 270 pixels minus. Can we then get rid of? Yes, we can. We also don't need to declare it twice. We should be able to do that. Okay, this is looking like we are going to have much shorter code by mostly, you know, we make that B, make that C, make that D, check that we actually match, and then minify it. That's going to be not too bad. It's a much better score. Let's change that to 25 VW. Are there any other numbers that we can do? 270 pixels is 90 VH. Okay, we can get rid of that bit and that bit. I think we can get rid of all these semicolons. That one as well. I don't know if we can actually use an ampersand. No, let's not use an ampersand there, that doesn't work. But it probably would if I then just fix these margins. So the diff, what do we reckon? 8 pixels? So 37 maybe? 37, take 8 pixels off of that will be 57. That saved us a couple more characters. And that all looks good. Is there any way I can make this any shorter? Not that I can immediately see. But yeah, using calc seems to have worked quite nicely. It means we don't have to repeat a bunch of numbers. It moves everything by itself, and all we've had to do is specify how far the offset is. So yeah, that is today's CSS Battle. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.